Wednesday morning. I'm at the pool, about to go knock out a swim workout. And the workout's pretty much going to be the same as last week. I'm adding 200 yards to the total distance. So it's going to be 300 of a warm-up, 6x50 fingertip drag drill with pull buoy, 100 after that with just a high elbow focus, 6x50 catch-up drill with another 100 after that of high elbow focus. Then we're going to go into 6x100s at 140, repeat on 2, 4x50 at like 45 seconds. We'll see how that goes. Repeat on 1. And then, so that's like the main set. And then to wrap it up, we're going to do 3x100 pull and paddles, 3x100 pull, then just a 200 easy cool down. Yeah, this week has been pretty busy so far. More to come in this video. But Sunday, I did like both my easy ride and my easy run on Sunday afternoon. So I did 7 miles on the run. And then I did just over an hour on the bike. And then Monday, woke up, went to the track, did 5x1 mile repeats. So it came out to a total like 8 miles at the track. And then Monday afternoon, I did an open water swim. Yesterday morning was like a recovery morning. I didn't have anything planned for the morning. So I slept in a little bit, caught up on some much needed recovery from Sunday and Monday. And then yesterday afternoon, I did my long ride on the trainer. And now it is Wednesday and I'm at the pool. The reason I'm squeezing all of my workouts in quick is because me and my wife are going out of town this weekend to do something cool that I'll show y'all at the end of this video. But so I only can train from Sunday to Thursday this week. And I'm going to knock this swim workout. But then I'm going to talk a little bit about just how I go about like scheduling out my workouts for the week. Just wrapped up the swim, did 2,800 yards instead of 2,700 yards like I had originally planned on. Pretty much did the exact same workout, did the 1,100 yards of warm up and like drill work, went into the 6x100s, 4x50 efforts. And then for the cool down, we ended up switching around pull and paddles. We did 3x100 pull and then 3x100 pull and paddles. And then we did 300 cool. Just to get up to 2,800 yards because we had some time this morning. Overall, felt fantastic. And yeah, that's a wrap on the swim. So when it comes to scheduling bike workouts, I just wanted to walk you through a couple of the things that I think about going through each week that goes into play when I schedule my workouts. So I schedule my entire block's worth of workouts based off of like mileage and distance, basically for everything prior to starting the block. So I have a notes page. I'll throw it up right over here, but on that notes page, it goes through all of disciplines how many miles each week I want to do and how I want to build over the time. And so that's pretty much like my baseline of how I do things. And then I'll split up. Long run this week's going to be 9 miles. Next week's 10. The next week's going to be 10 because I'm bumping up the speed work. Then I go up to 11, so on and so forth. So I kind of plan out how the distance of each workouts are based off of the week it is in the build. And then each week on Sundays, typically I look at the weather and I look at what I have on the calendar, and I go through and I pretty much make a weekly schedule of how I plan those workouts. So this past week, I knew that I was going to be out of town Friday and Saturday, so I had to do everything between Sunday and Thursday. And I also looked at the weather, and I knew that Monday was the nicest day outside. Sunday afternoon was going to be a nice day outside, and then the rest of them were kind of a shot in the dark. Like, it looks nice outside now, but it's supposed to rain in 30 minutes for like an hour. So I'm going to be riding my bike indoors today, but that's okay because I've already done all of my big run workouts except for my long run, which will be tomorrow morning. I've already got all that stuff knocked out on the prettier days this week. So that's what I do. And as you can see on the notes, again, I chart out Sunday through Thursday, and then I write what workouts I'm going to do on those days. And that's pretty much just how I go through and schedule, like on a weekly basis and on a block basis of how I schedule things out. In the way that I come up with like the distances of the build, the entire 13 weeks, how I build from the base to the peak weeks, is basically based on what I learned from the last prep that I did. So this prep, we're going to be adding like 10-ish miles to the long ride on the bike with some more overall volume, as well as more overall volume on the run, because I really want to be able to run strong in North Carolina. But so that's how I plan out the big picture schedule. I'm gonna go get ready for a bike ride. I'm gonna do my bike ride, and then later I'm gonna talk to y'all about how I schedule workouts based off of intensity and how I just schedule them so that I'm able to hit my harder workouts without being too fatigued from the past. I'm getting the stuff ready for the ride. Ride's gonna be just under 35 miles. It might be 32. Haven't really figured that out yet. But I'm bringing 2 bottles with me. Each of them just have electrolytes in them. I just ate lunch not too long ago, so I feel good on the carb side of things. And also it's going to be at like an hour and a half. So that's kind of on the threshold of like fuel or not fuel. But the ride today is going to be on the trainer in the garage because I don't want to get caught in the rain. I'm either going to do, I haven't decided yet, but I'm either going to do like 2 10 to 12 minute segments at Sweet Spot, or I'm gonna do like 5 by 4 minutes at FTP. Have not decided that yet. I'm about to go make the workout in Zwift though, and that is when I will decide. And then to finish it off, I'm gonna do like 6 by 20 seconds with a minute recovery in between of just like an all-out sprint there at the end. And then I'll have like a 15 to 20 minute cool down to hit the mileage that I'm hoping to hit. And then that'll be a wrap on today. But 2 bottles, I'm gonna go get the bike set up. I'll set up Zwift, I'll show you the workout. And yeah, we're gonna get this bike knocked out. Just program the workout into Zwift. I'm gonna show it to y'all real quick. So we got a 10-minute warm up, and then we've got 5 minutes at 210 watts, 3 minutes at 160, 5 by 5 minutes at 245 watts with 2 minutes recovery in between each. Then we go into 10 minutes at 190, followed by 6 by 20 second sprints at like 450, and then a minute in between each of those sprints, 10 minutes at 190, and then a 10-minute cool down. So that's gonna be the workout. I'm about to hop on the bike and yeah, knock it out. finished up the 5 by 5 minutes. It's sweet spot. Now we've got the 6 sprint intervals, 20 seconds, pretty much as hard as I can go, minute recovery in between. Knocked out. 10 minutes at 190 watts, and 10 minutes of a cool down. That'll be a wrap on the bike. Just wrapped up the bike workout, did 32.08 miles on the trainer. Total time, 132.45, average power was 187. Did 5 minute intervals at 245 watts. And then we had some like 190 watt segments in there. Ended it out with 6 20-second sprint intervals, which I think I was pushing over like 450 average for each of those. Super happy with how it went, felt really good. That's gonna be a wrap for the bike workout, and yeah. It's currently 5:35 in the morning. It is Thursday. Eating some Honey Nut Cheerios. And then I'm gonna go stretch, roll out, drink some electrolytes, and here in 45 minutes to an hour, I'm gonna go knock out my long run. Got 10 miles this morning. Should be pretty good. Currently just running through my typical long run morning routine, I guess you could say. Stretching out a little bit, getting my lower body woken up. I feel like sometimes if I don't take the time to just get some movement in before going out for the run, it like takes my body a good bit to warm up and to like start feeling comfortable. But I try to just do what I can to start feeling comfortable before I take off. The sessions that I do fall into 3 categories. There's easy, there's hard, and there's long. I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory, I guess. And typically, I like to start my week off with an easy workout, whether that be like a 6-mile easy run or an hour easy on the bike. That's typically what I'll start the week with. Immediately the next day following that, I'll typically try and do a swim. The pool that I go to is open Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so it just works out really well to just do a swim on Monday mornings. And for me, like the swim doesn't really fall into either of the categories as of right now. So I can kind of put either one of my swims kind of anywhere in the week and it works out well. But when it comes to bike and run workouts, I do like to plan them with some forethought just so that I can actually hit the numbers that I want to hit for the workout. So I'll start off the week most of the times with an easy run. I'll do 6 miles on Sunday. The following day, I will do a harder bike. So I will hit like an hour and a half sweet spot ride or an hour and a half with some threshold intervals, and a swim on Mondays. Tuesdays typically are a optional recovery morning, which I've been doing the past 3 weeks actually, is I've just slept in a little bit on Tuesdays. And then Tuesday afternoons, I've been doing like an hour easy on the bike. Wednesday mornings are typically my track day, so I'll go wake up early, go to the track, knock out a hard track workout. And Wednesday afternoons have typically been my open water swim, which, like I said, for swimming, the open water swim especially is just kind of as of right now, it's just get in the water, try to feel good in the water. Don't worry about pushing intervals, especially for an open water swim. So I'm just going out to the lake, having a good time for 55 minutes or less, and getting a decent quality swim in. Thursdays, for the past 3 weeks, Thursdays have been my long run day. So I'll wake up early, start the long run at like 6 to 6:15. That way I'm done running by like 7:30, shower, make breakfast, go to work. And that's just because I've just had some stuff come up on the weekends, so I haven't really been able to just do like the weekend workouts, you know. So Thursdays have been my long run, which with the long run being 24 hours pretty much after the track workout, it tends to work pretty well for me, especially just because the long run's kind of low intensity, and that's my strong suit is running, so I don't feel like it has too big of an effect on my performance for the long run doing it a day after the track. I feel like 24 hours is good for me. And then from there, all we have left is a long bike and a full body lift in the gym, which the long bike really can go wherever. Like I can put it Friday morning, I can do it Saturday morning. My weekend is technically Fridays and Saturdays because I work Sunday through Thursday. So like last weekend, I did my long ride on Saturday. So I had like Friday is a rest day. The week before that, I did it on Friday and then took Saturday as a rest day. And then the full body gym workout is like just a 45-minute hit 2 hard upper or 2 hard chest workouts, 2 hard back workouts, do a stimulating lift for each of the arm muscles, so biceps, triceps, and then also just working in some like mobility and some strength and stabilization work for the lower body. I don't really lift heavy when it comes to the lower body because if I were to lift heavy right now, I wouldn't be able to do anything effectively like cardio wise for probably like a week, just because of how sore my legs would be if I were to go heavy on the lower body side of things. So I typically just work on stabilization, some balance stuff, just trying to keep, stay healthy and stay injury free. So I do work some legs in there, but it's not like I'm squatting 225 or more, or doing crazy deadlifts or stuff like that. So that's typically how I think about it. I like to go easy hard with like at least 16 hours in between like a harder effort before the next semi-hard effort. As of right now, like the long rides and long runs aren't really too taxing, I would say, just because I'm not throwing any race segments in there. I'm just kind of going out, getting time on the feet and the saddle. So those are kind of something that I can just kind of throw in wherever in all reality. I try to keep it to where it alternates just because that is what works best for me. However, like this week, only being able to do 4 days, it's just kind of been, you got to fit it in where you can fit it in the best way you can. So it's currently 6:06. I'm going to go get my socks and shoes on and take off on the long run. up the long run, felt absolutely phenomenal. Outside felt great. The run felt great itself. Total stats for the workout was 10.07 miles. Average heart rate was 150. Average pace was 7:53. Total time was 1 hour and 19 minutes. The first 6 miles I did were easy, like an average of 8:15 per mile. And then mile 7, I hit 7:45. Mile 8, I hit 7:29. 9 was 7:10. Mile 10 was 6:55. So threw in like 4 miles of progression at the end, and it felt phenomenal. But that is a wrap on the morning. I have to go shower. I have to make some breakfast, go to work. So with wrapping up the long run and the full body workout this afternoon, that's pretty much a wrap on this week. Sunday through Thursday was all I had this week. Knocked it out. Scheduling stuff out prior to when it comes helps me a lot. So that's what I like to do. I did 25.4 miles this week on the run, 104.6-ish miles on the bike, 5,081 yards on the swim. And I just wanted to give y'all 2 more little things that help me. I'm gonna throw up like how I typically schedule my workouts, what a typical week of working out would be. The rest day is kind of whenever it fits best. So it could be, on a Saturday or a Sunday, or it could be potentially on like a Thursday if I needed it to be on a Thursday. I'm really flexible with where the rest day goes. Sometimes rest day just doesn't fit, so it doesn't fit. But that's what my typical week of training looks like, along with work and other time commitments and stuff like that. But yeah, so this weekend, me and my wife are going down to Jacksonville, Florida. You may not know this about me. I play guitar. So we are going to go down there with the band that I play for, and we're going to play some country music. So I'm going to show y'all some clips from that. But that's pretty much going to be a wrap on this video. And I appreciate y'all watching. And next week starts the build. So we will start building up into the peak weeks. Got a 4-week build, but we're gonna go play some music, have a good time down in Jacksonville with friends and my wife, and we'll catch y'all next week.